stepping up like that yesterday. Take us through that for you and what yesterday meant to you.
Yeah, showed up to the stadium, got the nod. Hey, said, hey, you're rolling. Something you prepare for. You're always ready to go. Whether it's a full game or one snap or a full game. So, something I take a lot of pride in. Yesterday, my number was called. I'm just happy to step up and do my part.
How do you feel when you're out there? Did you get in a rhythm right away?
Yeah, I felt great. Out there working with the guys. It was definitely one of the craziest games I've ever been a part of. But it was awesome. I feel like we really started getting it going, finding a rhythm.
What was Dobbs like to play with?
He was great, man. He was really, just trying to feel, trying to get everybody in the right spots, focus on his job, and everybody else around him did everything they could to try to make sure he was in the best spot to win.
How's your body feel today?
I'm pretty sore, but it's a good sore. I love playing. I love waking up feeling that soreness. Played some football yesterday.
Yeah, it's a next man up league. It's one thing to talk about, another thing to go out there and to do it. I take it you were prepared when it hit you. How does that news hit you?
I probably get more nerves when I'm just, I know I'm the swing guy, and it's kind of like, okay, how's it gonna go? What spot am I gonna play? What's gonna happen? But once I kind of know, hey, this is how it's gonna go, I feel definitely a lot more calm because now I know my job, I know my role, know what to do. So that's something that kind of what I felt in the moment.
Hey David, when you guys are showing Josh the cadences on the sidelines, what's that process like when you're trying to get him ready and get the whole group ready?
Every quarterback's cadence is a little bit different, so we hadn't really heard it. Hadn't taken any reps in practice, so we got to hear the cadence before we go out there and do it live. So it's just kind of trial by fire, get thrown right into it. Hey, this is how it's gonna sound. Let's go play ball.
How did that come about? Did the coaches say you guys need to go listen, or did you guys just decide on your own that we probably should go hear it a few times?
Group effort for sure. It's like, okay, what's his cadence? How's it sound? Like I said, every quarterback's a little bit different. Yeah. Let's just hear it before we do it live for the first time.
When you look back that you didn't have like offsides penalties, motion penalties, all these things that could happen when new quarterback that didn't happen. How did that happen?
We got a good group. A lot of professionals that take a lot of pride in their craft, and you hear it once, you hear it a couple times, and now we're good to go.
David, when did you find out you were playing? Was it yesterday morning?
Yeah, it was a couple hours before kickoff.
They sit you down, or how did you find out?
Yeah, basically KO came up to me and said, hey, you're rolling.
Were you surprised?
A little bit. I mean, there's always something going into it. I've seen some crazy situations, guys with food poisoning out before, guys rolling their ankle, walking down the stairs. So, I've seen it all. So when you get news like that, it's kind of like, okay, it's one of those moments. But once you get it, you know your job. Let's roll.
You just said it. You've seen it all. What about this locker room, this team, just stands out in terms of what separates kind of the guys in here?
It's a great culture we got here, I think. Yesterday was a testament to that. Like a rising tide lifts all ships. I think, anybody comes into this locker room, I've felt it as soon as I got here. I'm sure Josh will tell you the same thing. We got a good culture, a bunch of good guys, and everybody helps each other out when it's needed.
You've seen it all, but you haven't seen a quarterback that basically hasn't even really met all of
Never
his
seen
teammates.
that.
Right?
Never seen that. That's new to me. But that was one of the coolest wins I think I've ever been a part of. Just like I said, testament to the guys in this room. Awesome to be a part of.
Is it one of those things that you're still processing it, like the day after when you went home? How was that for you after?
Yeah, I was like, wow, that was one of those games. You're like, I will not forget that. Learn the cadence on the sideline, just hearing Josh in the huddle, just all the ups and downs, the crazy turnovers and situations that we were in, and find a way to squeak that one out is really, really cool.
What are the things that could go wrong that didn't in that situation? You're probably gone forever, but
yeah, it started out as I'm like, man, this is one of those days. I just don't know. I feel like maybe the wheels are off, or the train is off the tracks, but like I said, testament to guys in this room, we righted that ship and we're able to find some rhythm. Really, that's a big part of it. Finding some rhythm, get things going, get things clicking, and we were able to do that.
What was the film review of seeing some of the escapability? Because you're probably pretty busy during the play, but then you go back and watch kind of how he was able to elude the grasp.
Yeah, well, once you see him running, I'm like, ooh, this guy got some wheels. That was cool, man. The burst he was getting out there was awesome to see. See it live, and then the film just, kind of cemented what I did see live. We're like, man, all right, cool. That was some awesome plays that he made.
I think KO was saying it was also his job to keep everyone calm. you know, just to make sure it didn't kind of get frenetic in a way? Was that also like a conscious thing that you guys had to do?
Yeah, I mean, you got to have that, you know, the rock and the storm. You got to have like some sense of like, hey, we're still doing our thing. We're still running our plays. We're still playing our game. We got some new pieces in here, but we'll figure it out and we'll find a way to get this done.
In that swing tackle role that you talked about, like what differs in that role with that process during the week as you prepare for a game than maybe if you were just starting the whole week?
Well, you just got to focus on both sides. You got to be ready to go, and then obviously emergencies inside too. So I'd say the swing role is kind of you don't narrow in on one position. You kind of get you get both sides, and then a more clearer picture of the whole game plan
So
for
are
the
you
line.
studying like multiple pass rusher? I mean,
Yeah, of course.
tendencies of all those guys.
Yeah, you got to be ready to go for, like I said, one play or the whole game. Like you got to be ready to go.